What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Plug and Please. I'm your host, Massive Hater, and today we'll be checking out a plugin named Grain Dad. I know, kind of a strange name. It seems like for once we have a granular effect plugin that's different and interesting. I know, we're living in bizarro world right now. Grain Dad makes dynamic freezing, time stretching, looping, reversing, and buffer scrambling a child's play. I think they meant to say child's play, not a child's play. From breakbeat frenzy to abstract ambient, Grain Dad allows for audio manipulation at the most extreme levels in real time. And of course, being a Sugar Bytes effect, in addition to its powerful MIDI and modulation capabilities, our favorite randomizing dice can be found in every section to kickstart your creations. It's a grain engine with up to 64 grains, 12 main controller. 12 main controller for easily handling. I feel like they didn't write that part correctly. Harvester, innovative modulation system, freeze, stutter, glitch, texturize, a multi-band transient detector, host sync and transient clock, a 16-step trigger sequencer, low pass, bypass, high pass, band reject filters, HQ reverb, spring reverb, I guess that one's not HQ, shimmer, delay, flanger, and chorus, complex dry wet envelope. Modulation system with countless random functions, and you can morph between harvester and modulation. It costs $99 and it has a demo. It doesn't say what the difference is between the demo and the real version on their website, but from what I could tell, it doesn't let you export unless you flatten and freeze it. Don't tell them about that. Get away, kitty. Get away, kitty. Alright, now I'm going to give you guys a quick demo on what this plugin sounds like. Sounds like Dad. Not beating you. Okay, so I just dragged a quick melody loop of mine in here. Show you guys what that sounds like real quick. This plugin does not get very small. This is as small as you can make it, and I have a 4K monitor. So I'm just gonna select a preset really quickly here, just for a starting point. I put the dry wet to 100%. And we can change how it sounds quite a bit here by messing with some of the settings, changing the flight path. As you can see, you could change how a loop sounds quite drastically with this. Won't really have a problem with splice if you do this. Pretty cool. Let's randomize a few things on it. So you can actually send MIDI through to it to control the options here. I'm gonna make a beat with it real quick here. So at first glance, the UI looks kind of bad. Not completely bad though, obviously, but I think the font is a little clunky looking. There's no window resize in terms of dragging the edge of the window, and you can only resize it between 90% and 100%. It's a bit overwhelming too for a first time user. The first time you open it, you'll be like, what the fuck is this? If you agree, throw a like and subscribe, please. It definitely gets a bit more intuitive though the longer you use it, but on first use it's definitely a what the fuck moment. Now for the good things about it. It's definitely one of the best granular effects I've ever used. It's a lot more complex than any of the other ones I've used, including Portal, Fragments. I can't even remember the name of that other one I reviewed not that long ago that looked kind of like a Max for Live device. You can definitely transform one loop or one sound into something completely different sounding. And I'm not exaggerating when I say completely different. The randomized features are really good because you can randomize specific parts within the plugin, and it's really useful if you don't know how to use the plugin that well, or if you're still learning. It makes sure that anyone who's new to the plugin can still get really interesting and unique results regardless. So you don't only have to depend on the presets or just tweaking random knobs. You can randomize customize specific things within the plugin. Not everything, but quite a few things. One of the first things I looked for when I opened this plugin was the dry wet knob, and thankfully it had one. I know that Unison Audio Mangler plugin has me paranoid about that at this point. Another great thing is you can lock the dry wet value, so if you're cycling through presets, you can keep the wet at 100 or 50 or whatever you think will work with the song. One issue I did have with this plugin is it doesn't tell you what things do when you mouse over the knob or fader or whatever. I think it would be a lot easier to figure out how to use without reading the manual if you were able to do so. It's really nice how you can randomize the flight path. It's more like an effect path if I had to describe it. The transient detection is a cool feature because it allows you to mix up drums or anything that's rhythmic without messing up the rhythm. The thing that I think makes this the most unique as a plugin is the harvester feature. It's hard to even describe really what it does. The harvester modulates all the controls at once. The distance between the harvester and parameter objects defines the modulation depth. It has an autopilot function that allows it to move between 12 breakpoints, and they can also be triggered by MIDI notes. This isn't really a critique of the plugin, but I often find granular plugins are very hard to use in a song. And I feel like this one, well, it's better than using Portal directly in a song, and it's about on par with Fragments, except you can do a lot more with it than Fragments. I think granular plugins are good for sound design or starting part of a song. It's really hard to use just in the middle of a song, though, unless you kind of have an idea what you're trying to make and you're able to achieve it. Now for the conclusion. I think this is one of the most insane plugins I've reviewed this year. It's definitely pretty innovative. It's also pretty affordable, $100. It's got a demo. I think it's probably my new favorite granular plugin, and I've kind of been on the out with granular plugins for a while now just because I've found them kind of boring. They always kind of make the same sort of sounds. And at least with this one, you can get a lot of different things going using the harvester effect. Sorry, cats are losing their mind in the back of the studio right now. The sound design possibilities of this plugin are insane, and it puts other granular plugins to shame. I didn't mean to rhyme there. My apologies. Fragments made Portal look weak, and this plugin makes both of those look weak. And for that reason, I give Graindad, can't get over that name, a 9 out of 10. I know, pretty high score. I think it deserves it though. The price is good, it's very unique. Probably one of my favorite plugins this year. I definitely think there are a few things they can improve with it though, mostly within the UI. I think in terms of the way it's used, it's very good. I think the CPU usage seems pretty good too. It never went above 10%. While I was using it. I even tried stacking a few different instances of it and it never went above 10% still. Not sure if that's a bug or something or if it's just really efficient. I also have a pretty good computer too though. That's it for this episode of Plugin Policed. I'm your host Weaver Beats. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me in the algorithm and it also helps my self-esteem. I'm trying to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it. What's going on? Massive recent development here. I've decided if I somehow miraculously get to 25K by the end of the year, I will shave my head Fantano style. So tell your producer friends, go door to door, spam people in your Valorant games, whatever needs to be done, because I promise there will be good content ahead. If you guys want to see more content from me, consider following my Instagram, Twitter, or my second channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a grain day. Sorry, my jokes are not very good on this one. More like grain tad, because this thing is a tad difficult to learn how to use. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying. I'm really trying. If you guys enjoyed this video, you probably like a lot of my other videos a lot more, because this one wasn't very good. Tell me I'm pretty.
Bang Incorporated.